Welcome again to our 60th Awards. As we joyfully celebrate all the hard work and accomplishments our NATA scholars and of this year's NATA scholars and Emmy nominees, we want to take a moment to acknowledge the serious work of journalism in an increasingly hostile world. The potential dangers to journalists around the globe and threats to a free press everywhere are in sharp focus of late. We want to stand with our colleagues who strive day in and day out to bring the facts and important stories to viewers locally, nationally, and internationally. The First Amendment is vitally important to us all, and as it appears to be increasingly under siege, we want to both stand with and commend the journalists in the trenches every day. Reporters who search for the truth and ask the tough questions. Our host tonight faces these challenges daily, and just this week defended a colleague during a contentious press conference.
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation? Mr. President.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead.
I think that's unfair.
You're a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way. Go ahead. Go ahead, Peter. Go ahead.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts his
butt. Well, I'm not
like
a big
the rest
fan
of
of yours either, so
I understand.
To be honest.
So let me ask you a question if I can. You repeatedly said...
You are the best.
Mr. President, you repeatedly, over the course of
Okay, just sit down, please. Well, when you report fake news, when you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
Mr. President, over the course of the last several days of the campaign, sir, at the end of the campaign, you repeatedly said that Americans need to fear Democrats. You said Democrats would unleash a wave of violent crime that endangers families everywhere. Why are you pitting Americans? Why are you pitting Americans against one another, sir?
Peter, what are you trying to be him?
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's host, NBC News national correspondent and newly announced Weekend Today show co-host, Peter Alexander.
Thank you guys very much. Please be seated. Thank you guys very much for including me on this night, for that remarkable welcome. First of all, let me welcome you to the 60th Annual Chicago Midwest Emmy Awards. I'm so proud to be here with you on this evening. We have a great celebration. Let me begin, if I may, by thanking my hosts, the folks who brought me here, the Board of Governors, to Steve Novak, to Diana Borey, to Natus in general. I appreciate you guys for including me on this special night. I am truly so honored to serve as your MC tonight as we celebrate excellence in reporting across this region over the last year, and we commend those aspiring journalists with us tonight who share our dedication to this incredibly important line of work. Personally, I feel particularly proud to be here tonight because as a student at the Medill School of Journalism at Northwestern University, more than 20 years ago, and they just beat up on Iowa tonight, so go Cats, huh? You like that? We can get this party started right now. I watched many of the people in this room every evening trying to emulate them as I carved out my own course in television news. Some guy named Lester Holt, I haven't seen him since, but I hear he's doing well. A bunch of others who we celebrate on this evening. I was here on this stage, lined up like those young folks we saw a while ago, 21 years ago. I was a recipient of the John and Ann Drury Scholarship. I was so proud to see him as part of that video a short time ago. So truly, it is because of the experiences, thanks to the Chicago Midwest chapter, to what they did to support me, that ultimately I made it to NBC. If you indulge me for a moment, literally 7 years after I won that honor, the Natus chapter here, they wrote a little article about where is he now. I was a reporter in Seattle. And an NBC colleague at the time, David Bloom, had just passed away. And the bosses at NBC read the Natus newsletter, saw my face and one of the executives who at the time ran the Weekend Today show in Dateline, who he would later tell me, said that, man, this guy reminds me of David, which was the guy I most looked up to in television news. I got a phone call from a guy out of the blue that said, you don't know who I am, but look me up, and I'm going to make your career. So literally, because of Natus, because of them following up with me, I'm at NBC, and I'm a part of this business today, so I thank you. Tonight, we celebrate you, the representatives of a profession, an industry, a constitutionally protected line of work that is increasingly under attack. Most certainly, it is under scrutiny. As some of those in power try to cast doubt on reporting and try to brand facts as fake, now more than ever, we have to keep our heads down. We have to do our job every day, each day, undeterred, busting our butts to get the story right. It's not about us. It's never been about us. It's about the truth. As I see it, we are not advocates for Democrats. We're not advocates for Republicans. We are advocates for the facts, whatever they may be. So with those words, I want to get this special night started. We have a lot of people to celebrate tonight. In advance, I wish you all good luck.